Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. At Daniel's place, he asks Heather, "What happens now?" She asks, "What do you want to happen?" She would love to know how he feels about them making love. Daniel recaps that he screwed up back in Savannah and made himself forget everything that he'd lost, until today. Heather says that's the past. She's all about the present and the future, hopefully. Daniel strokes her hair. Being with you again, he grimaces. Lily deserves better. Heather knows that, but reminds him they haven't reached the level of being in love and aren't living together. Daniel argues that they are a couple, and there's an expectation of not seeing other people. Heather gets that. Daniel is having a hard time respecting himself right now. Heather is sorry this affects Lily. She's been kind to her. But Daniel, this is about us. They have years of love between them and a family. Lily is wonderful, and I know you too. You had a history, and you have something now. But does that really compare to what you and I have shared, or what we could share again? Heather won't push, except to say she feels as close to him now as she ever did before. It just feels so lovely. Daniel agrees. I'm not going to deny that. He didn't even let himself think about them being together again. Definitely not the way we just were. Heather tells him it's impossible for her to be around him and not want to be with him the way he is now. Daniel tells her she's strong, beautiful, and brilliant. He's not so bad either. Heather teases that he's so tolerable, she'll let him buy her a late lunch. Abby arrives at Chancellor Winters and reminds Daven that they discussed putting her on the board as another line of defense against Tucker. The more she thinks about it, the more intrigued she is. Any chance of making it happen? She asks. Devin actually believes she would bring a lot of value to the company. Abby thinks it would be more exciting than menu planning. Devin knows she'd always be honest with him. Abby declares that the company is their son's legacy, and she can't wait to be a part of it. Devin will put her on the board, but he has to work up a real plan before presenting anything to Lily, Jill, and Billy. He asks her to have lunch to discuss it further. Abby chirps, "I'm buying." Jack ushers Nikki into the Abbott mansion and offers her food. She's not hungry. Jack clucks about her drinking on an empty stomach. Nikki claimed she only had one drink. He grunts, yeah, she cops to having two, but points out she called him before it got out of hand. Jack's glad she did. Nikki asks if he'll take her to a meeting. He says, absolutely, but wants to call Victor first. Nikki gawps, oh no, don't do that. Jack can't understand why she'd want to keep her husband in the dark. Nikki says Victor is just checking her constantly. It's driving her crazy. Jack notes that the more he hovers, the harder it's going to be to take a drink. Nikki says it makes her feel claustrophobic and ashamed. Jack learns Victor suggested getting away and thinks it's not a bad idea. Nikki points out she'd be taking her addiction with her. She has to get strong and kick this. My family needs me right now. Jack argues she needs a sponsor. Nikki says Victor wouldn't want it to be him, but he's the person she needs. Please don't ask me to jeopardize that. Jack's still uncomfortable with keeping this from Victor. What's going to happen when he finds out? Deceit is part of this disease. Nikki frets about having to find someone else, so he agrees to play it her way for now. He asks what caused her to take a drink today. He knows what she told Lauren. Nikki recaps that she has been through a nightmare. Victor, Victoria, Nick, and Cole Howard were there too. What I'm about to tell you is just between us. She reveals there's a new member in the Newman family who has a lot of issues to deal with as well. Nick and Adam arrive in Victor's office as she's thanking him for the talk about Claire. Adam hears that there's talk of welcoming her into the family and wants to know what that means exactly. Victoria fumes at him to butt out. He doesn't know all the facts about her daughter and has no right to even comment or express his opinion. Adam knows enough to be concerned, for Dad's sake and yours for that matter. Victoria argues that Adam's status as an outsider would make him more sympathetic to Claire's cause. Adam only knows what she tried to do to them in Oregon. Nick tells Adam his concerns have been noted, move on. Adam asks if he's seriously okay with bringing a mentally ill person in. Victoria snarls at him and Victor booms that they're taking this one day at a time. There's no reason for this to be contentious, therefore it won't be.